They said genius was born in Silicon Valley, in shiny offices filled with venture capital, caffeine, and chance. They said innovation required investors, connections, and luck. But somewhere, thousands of miles away, in the rusted corners of a small Nigerian town, a 17-year-old boy was rewriting that rulebook. He had no laptop, no money, no roadmap, just a borrowed smartphone, a cracked screen, and a dream big enough to outgrow his circumstances. That boy's name was Tomiwa Adeyemi, and this is how he outsmarted poverty and built a tech empire that would one day shake hands with Silicon Valley. Tomiwa grew up in the outskirts of Lagos, Nigeria, a place where dreams were often smaller than survival. In his neighborhood, people didn't talk about startups or apps. They talked about how to eat today and how to survive tomorrow. Electricity came and went like the weather. The sound of generators replaced silence. And when night fell, the streets went black. But his mind came alive. While most teenagers in his town played football in the streets, Tomiwa spent his nights sneaking into a local cyber cafe. He'd pretend to play online games, but behind that screen, he was watching YouTube tutorials on coding and app development. The cafe charged per minute, and he could barely afford a single hour. So he made a deal with the manager. He'd clean the cafe floors and wipe the keyboards in exchange for 30 minutes of internet every night. That half hour became his classroom, his university, his window to the world. One rainy night, as thunder rolled over the rooftops, Tomiwa sat by the window of the cafe, waiting for his turn. He noticed something strange. People were constantly asking the cafe manager to help them fill out job applications online. Some didn't even know how to create an email. Most had skills, good ones, but no idea how to connect to employers beyond their borders. That was his light bulb moment. What if, he thought, there was an app that helped everyday Africans apply for jobs anywhere in the world without needing to understand complicated systems? An app that would connect local talent to global opportunity. He didn't have the money to buy a laptop, so he decided to do the impossible. Code an entire app on his phone. Every night after cleaning the cafe, he would sit by the flickering streetlight, typing lines of code on a cracked touchscreen. He downloaded free trial software, often deleting one app to make space for another because his phone storage was too small. For 6 months, he coded relentlessly, over 2,000 errors, dozens of failed builds. Endless frustration, but he didn't stop. He named it WorkNet, a job-matching platform built for the African gig economy, a digital bridge between skill and opportunity. When he finally launched it, nobody noticed. He posted it online, but the website barely loaded. No users, no press, no money. His dream seemed destined to die quietly, like so many others in his town. He thought about giving up. But one night, while sitting in the dark with his phone battery at 3%, Tomiwa made a decision. If the world wouldn't notice him, he'd make sure his story was impossible to ignore. He started reaching out to bloggers, tech enthusiasts, and small YouTube channels, sharing his journey. Most never replied. But one day, a blogger from the United States stumbled upon his message. She was fascinated. A teenager coding an entire app on a phone? She wrote an article titled, "The Teen Who Built an App on a Broken Phone." Within 48 hours, it went viral. The story spread across social media like wildfire. TechCrunch wrote about him, Wired shared his post, Forbes Africa called him a symbol of innovation against all odds. Overnight, Tomiwa went from invisible to unstoppable. But success came with pressure. Investors began calling. Emails from venture capitalists poured in, offering deals, mentorships, and buyouts. Some wanted to help. Others wanted control. For a boy barely out of high school, it was overwhelming. One American investor offered him $150,000 in exchange for 60% of his startup. It was more money than his entire family had seen in a lifetime. But something inside him hesitated. He remembered the people who inspired WorkNet, the cafe visitors who couldn't fill out forms, the job seekers with no access to opportunity. He didn't build WorkNet to be owned. He built it to empower. So he said no. Instead, he started small, reinvesting every little bit of profit back into server upgrades, user growth, and mentorship programs for other young coders across Africa. For months, he worked like a machine, sleeping 3 hours a night, testing bugs, improving features, building a small team of equally passionate youth. He didn't have fancy offices, just WhatsApp groups and shared Google Docs, but the mission kept growing. Soon, WorkNet was helping users from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and South Africa land freelance jobs from clients in the US, UK, and Canada. In 1 year, the app grew from a quiet dream to a thriving platform with over 300,000 users across 12 countries. And this time, Silicon Valley noticed for real. A venture fund in San Francisco invited Tomiwa to join a mentorship program for emerging tech founders. For the first time in his life, he boarded a plane, not as an immigrant escaping poverty, but as a visionary invited to the table. He looked out the window, clouds below his feet, and whispered, "From a cracked phone to the clouds." Maybe impossible is just another word for not yet. In the US, he met CEOs, investors, and mentors who were amazed by his story. Some offered partnerships. Others wanted to learn how he made WorkNet succeed in markets. Others ignored. But Tomiwa stayed grounded. He didn't want to build a company just for profit. He wanted to build a movement. When he returned home, he expanded WorkNet into WorkNet Global, a company focused on connecting Africa's youth to international digital jobs. He launched coding boot camps, partnered with NGOs, and funded free online training for teens like himself who couldn't afford laptops. By age 21, his company was valued at over $10 million, but he still lived simply. Same neighborhood, same humility. When asked why he didn't move abroad or buy luxury cars, he smiled and said, "Because my wealth is not in what I own, it's in the doors I open for others." Today, WorkNet Global connects thousands of freelancers across Africa to businesses around the world. Developers in Nairobi build apps for California startups. Designers in Ghana create branding for New York companies. Writers in Lagos craft content for London agencies. Tomiwa's vision became a bridge, one that connects the world's youngest continent to the heart of the digital economy. He proved that genius doesn't need permission, that innovation doesn't need a Silicon Valley zip code, and that sometimes the most powerful empires are born not from privilege, but from persistence. They said genius was born in Silicon Valley. They were wrong, because in a dusty town outside Lagos, a teenager with a cracked phone proved that greatness can rise from anywhere. He didn't inherit success. He built it, line by line, bite by bite, with courage as his capital. His name is Tomiwa Adeyemi, and his journey is a reminder that no matter where you start, your story is only as small as your belief. Because every fortune begins as a hidden one, you just have to look close enough to see it. Subscribe for more untold stories of wealth, vision, and grit, only on Hidden Fortune.